good win. Happy. I thought we played actually really well. I thought we defended well. Didn't shoot it great, but we got good shots and played well together. And good win for us, especially after Thursday's debacle. So good to finish on a strong note at home. Happy for the seniors, obviously. Happy for Oz to give him a win on his last game in Hines. So man, we get ready for AC.
Questions?
Tobin, one thing that jumps down the stat sheet is you guys out-rebounded your opponent tonight.
Yeah, right. I mean, and that's just effort. It's just been a hard year as far. We just haven't had the consistent effort across the board on a daily basis. They're bigger than Manhattan. I mean, they have big guys. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in our conference and in the country. Top 100. Manhattan's not. We go to Manhattan and they rebound by 15. It's not technique. It's not emphasis. It's just we just didn't put forth the effort, and we haven't all year long consistently. And then today we did. Today we rebounded and played. I mean, their big kid, the kid Michael, who I think is a really good player. Our post guys did a great job. How many points did he score? I mean, he didn't hurt us at all. And I think he's a really good. He's an all-conference player, all-conference big. He's been averaging 18 the last few games. He hit 11, but it wasn't like it was a hard 11. It wasn't like he got anything easy. So no, I thought our post guys played well. I thought we fought. We got some loose balls. The frustration you have is we just haven't done that consistently, and that's the frustrating part. So I mean, maybe we can do that in Atlantic City. That'd be great.
Coach Ivan Tretout certainly had a solid second half. Got you, I think, 8 points early in the second half, and then Joel Brown had some key points in the second half. How do you think Ivan Tretout has really evolved in his year at Iona?
I think he's still evolving. I think he's a really good shooter who, if he takes his patient and waits for open shots, he can really be a good weapon for us. Sometimes he gets a little bit anxious, but he's a good kid. He wants to do well. He can score. Same thing. He's been up and down too. He's had great nights. He's had average nights. But I think he's the kind of guy that can get hot and play well. I think a conference tournament could be good for him. He can play well over a course of a week.
It seemed like you were concentrating on outside shooting today, but you shot 39%, not I think 5 3-point shots. Is that what you need? Do you need better than that?
I thought we missed a lot of. I thought we got a lot of really good open shots. We just missed. We're 9 for 29. Wow. I thought we had a lot of really good open shots that we usually make. So I thought our offense was actually really good today. I thought we shared the ball. I thought we played unselfish. I thought we got good shots. Sometimes you don't make them, but today what the difference was, which Jim pointed out, we rebounded, we played better defense, and then so if you can withstand not making shots if you're, defending and rebounding and playing and getting loose balls and things like that. So
It's been an odd week. You have played really well against Marist. You have a really nice game on the road, a big win, and then debacle. I'll agree with the debacle. In Manhattan.
Debacle.
And then today they played very well. They played a solid performance. Where do you think the team is right now going into this MAC tournament?
I mean, I got to be honest, I have no idea. Because I thought we left Marist, we played really well at Marist. We lost to Quinnipiac and did not play well. We played hard, but played harder, but got beat. Went to Marist, played great. And I'm like, okay, now we can get on a run here before the conference tournament. And we were terrible on Thursday. Terrible from 1 through the team, the approach, there's the start of the game is a jump ball. Within 3 seconds, the guy makes an open three. And we had good practices. So it's been a hard group to quite understand. Because I don't know, to be honest with you. I have no idea. I'm hoping we can go in, we go in a conference tournament, you just win the first one. And that gets you to the next one. Then you win the next one, you get to the next. So it's we just got to go try to win the first game and try to get us to round 2 and see what happens. But it's been very inconsistent with our effort and our approach. And that's a frustrating thing.
Is this a year where you could see a lower seed first round team making a run in this thing? I mean, whether it's you or hopefully for
hopefully it's you, hopefully it's us, right? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's been wide open, right? I think the teams at the top are playing really well right now. Quinnipiac's playing well, Fairfield's playing well, St. Peter's is playing well, Ryder's starting to play really well. So I think those teams have a little bit of advantage because they are playing well at the right times. So, but yeah, I mean, it could happen. I mean, it happened last year. Marist got to the finals, right? So it could happen. We got to play a lot better than we've been playing. I mean, that's quite a bit. It's not like, hey, we can keep playing. We've got to play really well. We're going to be really focused, and we're just going to try to win on Tuesday. But as I was talking to Carm before the game, you see this game on the schedule at the start of the year, you hope you're playing, this would be a conference championship game. And it's not. It's kind of honestly depressing. I'm sure it's depressing for all Iona fans and people. I'm right there with them. I was driving today and said this should be a game for first place maybe, and it said it's not. So that's kind of makes you a little bit irritated about what could have been, what didn't happen. But you can't go back. You can't go backwards, right? You can't do it. You got to go forward, and that's all we're trying to do. And try to win on Tuesday. That's all you can do, But yeah.
Tobin, you showed some magic last year in the tournament, but in two different tournaments, your conference and NCAA. Is there some Tobin magic you can work with?
Everybody keeps saying that. I'm like, listen, man, we had a different kind of group last year. I think you guys can get through. I had two senior guards who'd played 150 games. Like that was a cheat code, right? We had you can't replace that kind of. They had played in every Sweet 16 that we played in. So I was not surprised. And I was surprised by the Purdue win, but I was not surprised by us playing well at the end of the year and playing in one of the first four games. I was obviously a little shocked that happened, but not surprised that we play well. I'd like to be surprised this year too. It'd be fun to go there because, quite frankly, we're going to be big underdogs to have a chance to do anything. So it'd be great. But I'm not sure there's any crazy magic. But talk to me on Friday or Saturday. Maybe if we can get to Friday or Saturday, then maybe there's something.
Hope I can ask that question again.
That'd be great. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
What did Oz summon in playing a season high minutes?
Oz is great, right? Listen, Oz loves Iona, right? Oz came back because he loves the school, he loves the people here, he has a true affection for everybody here. You see him after the game's over, he goes out and signs autographs. He just loves being here. I think he'd come back for another year if he could. We can't do that. But he's just a wonderful person, wonderful young man. So I think today was a special day for him in his mind. Like, I'm going to come out and have a great day. And he played with a lot of energy. It's the best he's played in a long time. So that was good. That was good to see. Listen, we love Oz. It hasn't been the year he expected. He thought he'd have. We thought too. He got injured. He's really playing on one leg. He's not totally healthy, but he's playing. That's a great credit to him. It'd be easy to shut it down. He's still playing. He's still giving effort. There's some guys at this time of year that aren't playing. That are not want to play. Oz wants to play every day. He's not missed a practice maybe in 2 months. He's got to put big Ramo. He heats his knees up. He gets ready every day. It takes a long time. So he cares about the team. He cares about Iona. He's as good of an ambassador to this school. Now he won't say it as eloquently. Or I'm not sure I'm eloquent, but he won't say it as verbosely. Or he won't tell you that. But he loves Iona. He loves the people here. He's one of a kind. He really is. And I'll miss him. I've only been around him for a while, but he stayed. He stayed and wanted to chase something special, and sometimes that happens and it doesn't go like you planned, and you gotta make the best of what you could do. He's definitely made the best of that, and he's been a pleasure to coach, and I'm really proud of him.
Tell us about Joel Brown. You lost a player, left, and it seemed like he stepped up his game after that. Is that fair to say? Yeah,
and he didn't practice yesterday. He was sick yesterday, so he's just a warrior. He's a tough kid. I wish he'd make more free throws, but he's a tough kid. He's a winner. It's the same thing. His college career did not go as he wanted to. I'm sure he wanted to win a lot more games. He came here to do special things. Maybe we can still do that. But he's given the last month or so, his effort level's been off the charts. His leadership. He's not a loud kid at all, but he's very, very by example. He does a lot of good things. So he's played well the last month.
Is this your first time neutral site conference tournament as a head coach?
When I was at Stack at St. Thomas Aquinas, we had really good teams. When we go play, they'd always have a neutral site. We always go like UDC, or we go to Roberts Wesley, a place like that. And so we played. We were very good. We were a top 20 team. And then Bridgeport, who's from Connecticut, or another Division II power, was a top 20 team. We'd play each other a lot of times in DC or in Rochester in front of 25 people. It was a top 10 Division II. So I hated that, because I'm if you play that game at a home site, there would have been 2,000 people there, packed house, right? So I know, I'm watching these games on TV. There won't be a great crowd the first couple rounds. So, you got to expect that. You understand that. I'm a much more bigger proponent of playing on site. I think it's just the atmosphere is a lot better. But it is what it is. We're kind of into this whole thing, and so there's no real advantage for anybody down there. And so we're going to have to try to figure out a way to make it a place. It's one of those places when this happened last year in the NCAA tournament. We walked into the Columbus Arena. We were going to play Purdue, right? And you're like, holy shit, this place is huge, right? First day. Then they come back the next day, it's like, well, I just know it's huge, but it's not. And then by the third day, you're like, man, this is like, we feel like we're at home, you know? If you go down to AC and the boardwalk there, hall there, and win the first, win and start to feel comfortable, then it becomes a little bit more like a place you want to stay and be at the whole time. But yeah, I don't like the neutral thing as much. I prefer the home court stuff, but that's not what it's going to be, so you got to deal with it.
You have to coach a little differently in these early round games when the place is going to be empty?
I mean, you got to bring your own energy, right? I mean, this time of year, especially when you're playing those play-in games, which it is what it is, right? It's about who wants to keep playing. It's about who wants to keep playing. Some teams, a lot of teams pack it in, and I haven't been in this position in a long time myself. It's like we're fighting an uphill battle here. We have not packed it in. We didn't pack it in today at all. So if we want our season to continue, we're going to have to find our own energy and find a way to make that place a good spot for us. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you win that first one and get a little bit of momentum, that's a huge thing.
Tobin, I was going to ask you, Tobin, you were an assistant that last year at Siena on
Yep.
a team that really struggled.
Yep.
Can you get a sense of like what it's like, maybe for a coaching staff, or
Yep.
what the atmosphere is like up there?
So hard, right? Like I feel for Carm because like I told you, like last time, Mark, we talked. Last year we scrimmaged them when I was at FDU, and they had a really good team. They had Stormo, they had the guys in the wings, they had the point guard McCollum, right? I mean, they had a really good team. They kind of struggled, injuries and stuff down the stretch. But then, a lot of times that team would be all back. For the most part, like guys don't want to go sit out for a year. They all come back, and then this year they'd have a hell of a team. Well, those guys all left. He's in a tough spot, So Carm's a really good coach. He's a really good guy. He's one of the first guys in the league. We stay in touch all the time. He texts all the time. I feel for him. I feel like he's, And once you get behind the eight ball, sometimes in a season, like there's not. That was where was Mitchell. Once things start going bad. It's hard to get out of that. So I just feel like things have kind of compounded on them a little bit. Like they're not untalented. They're just missing a little bit of something there, right? And you can just tell because they have some pieces there, but it's just not cohesive. I mean, all the injuries have hurt them a lot, like with Dirk Gordon being out and Ely being out and Tekken being out. But Carm's a really good coach. He's done a good job. He won 2 conference championships there. He's proven he can coach and win in this conference. And I just feel for him because if that team all came back this year, they'd probably win the conference.
I mean, you know what the expectations are like, what the fans.
Oh yeah, they're great. Yeah, I know what they are here too. So I mean, but like that's why I think Carmen, like you want those expectations. Like I get like the fan base here is mad about us losing. So am I. I'd really be in a place that really cares and really wants to win. I think Carmen feel the same way too. Hey, listen, we all want to win. And I always tell my wife's like, your spouses go through this during a tough season. They go through all this stuff, and it's like, I'm like, listen, I don't have any more anxiety from the outside than what I or Carm feels on the inside. We want to win. You get into coaching, obviously to influence lives, be around young men, but you're also competitive, right? We want to win. So like, what he feels from the inside is there's nothing on the outside affecting him more than how he feels on the inside. He wants to win. He's used to winning. He's had success his whole career. So the expectations are what they are, but that's not going to change who you are as a person. Like I'm going crazy. I'm after what happened we couldn't have been. There might not have been a team in the country played as bad as we did on Thursday night, and like it drove me crazy. It drove me nuts. I didn't sleep. It was nuts. But that's not from the outside. That's from I just like I don't want to put a team out there. The losing's not the problem. It's how you play. We didn't play with any energy, any toughness on Thursday, and like that's from within. That's not from the outside. So I'm sure how Carm feels is he's mad that himself and what's going on with himself and how competitive he is that they're not having success. So and I know damn well he'll be committed to getting Siena back to where they belong and people think they belong.
Could you have Terrell next week?
What's up? He tried to practice yesterday and he kind of tweaked it again. So it's a day-by-day thing. So what's today? Today's, maybe there's a chance he plays one of those games down there. The longer we can play, the better chance there is of getting him back. So we'll see.
Coach, you talked about having guards last year at 150 games with you. Now you've got a team of grad students and transfers, but with Oz and freshman point guard. How do you leverage all that to go into the tournament?
Well, I think when you get to this point, you go to that tournament, those guys know this is it, right? Their backs are against the wall. Everybody's back's against the wall. Every this is it. This college career. So I think there's a little bit of urgency. There has to be, right? And the teams that win will have urgency on Tuesday to tell you, I want to keep my college career going. I want to keep playing. This is it, and try to find a way to win. So you see that a lot from teams this time of year. Like it's tough, and like you watch all these tournament games. I'm a basketball junkie. I watch all these games on TV, and like, there's a 1 seed who fought their tails off all year long to get that 1 seed, like Eastern Kentucky, right? They lost in the OVC thing, right? Fought their tails, had a great year, and all of a sudden they get beat in the first round by a 10 seed. Man, that kills you, you know? So it's like, but that 10 seed's trying to win just as much as the 1 seed. I mean, especially if you're a senior, like, this is it, you know? So I think we'll have guys who will have that approach, you know? But, you know, I wish we'd been a little more consistent from that standpoint the whole year long. So I'm not going to tell you we're going to go down there and roll, but I'd like to see it.
So it's nice to see you happy in our last press conference here in Iona this year.
Yeah, that's true. It was much better to get a win today. Today we needed a win. After Thursday, we needed a win today. So whatever, it was good, and I thought we got challenged. I thought Siena did a lot of good things, and we got challenged, and it was good to get a win, and you know, get ready for Tuesday.
Tobin, you touched upon it a little bit. I mean, lots of ups and downs this year, roster shakeups, things like that. How do you reflect on this regular season overall, and how do you turn the page for MAC 20?
Yeah, like we knew this was gonna be hard. Like the idea that this would not be hard. Like, and I've done this a lot. Like I've taken over jobs that are tough, and like there's a short-term plan, a long-term plan, right? The long-term is to get us to be where we want to be as far as being a mid-major powerhouse. What Iona's always been. That's obviously the goal. We want to go to the NCAA tournament, we want to win games, right? And the short term is you're trying to do the best you can on a day-to-day basis, right? So we knew we had to change the whole roster when one guy stayed. This is going to be hard. Last year at FDU was hard. We had to get 8 new guys in there. So both things are hard. This is really hard. So it could go either way. You know, it could have gone awful last year at FDU. You know, could have been terrible at FDU. Went really well, right? I don't think it's kind of like. That's not going to happen all the time. You're not going to come in every year and just be able to change the roster, and all of a sudden, it's not supposed to work that way, you know? Now, it happens for some people, and like it happened for us last year. So this year has been inconsistent. It's been tough. It's been a struggle. But there's also been some good moments. It hasn't been all bad, you know? So, and we definitely think we're building in the right direction. So, I mean, I think it's been, just really inconsistent, you know? Like, there's good days, there's bad days. And that hasn't been just the last, you know, after Greg left. It hasn't just been the last month. It's been pretty much the whole season. You know, you feel like, well, we're turning the corner, then you have a bad loss, and it's just been really up and down, you know? So, I mean, listen, the honest answer is it's been a disappointing year. And how you not have a disappointing year? Go down to AC, do something special. That's just the truth, right? You go down there, win 4 games, no one's going to talk about the disappointing year too much. They'll be like, wow, the Gaels had it all planned, went according to plan the whole way through, you know? So that'd be something, but that's going to take a lot of work.
Toby, you know, think about it. You had this legendary year people still talk about last year. You won 17 regular season games. You won 15 regular season games when you had to replace an entire team around Iona. It's not that different. You just have to now get hot in the tournament.
Yep, true. It feels a little bit different though, you know, just in general. You know, I think this team we could have been better than how we played, you know, and then the ups and downs and Greg leaving made it maybe a little harder on us, the team-wise stuff, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, we've had moments. We've played well at times. We've had a lot of tough losses where we played great and just couldn't get over the hump, you know. So it'd be nice to go down and play well down there, you know. That'd be great. All right, guys. Thanks. Pleasure.